Hey guys, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in to Lil Bits. This is Josh, and I'm here with Dallas' finest, Dorrough Music himself. Super excited, stoked to have him in the studio. Been wanting to do this for a while. There's something about learning from people that have been through the journey, learning from people who've already kind of endured. It's not often you get to cross paths with people like that have experience and have been there, done that. And so it's an awesome opportunity to get to sit down with him, for him to take the time and to even give us the time to come in and help us spread this message of positivity and like growth and just well-being all the way around, and so something I want to talk about today about is, you got some new music out, man.
Yeah,
And it's exciting. I want you to tell me a little bit about what you got going on right now with the new song that you just dropped.
yeah. Man, I got a lot of new music that's finna drop, and but yeah, the latest single is Dope. You get what I'm saying? Dope is my new single. Uh Man, Dope is a record that I did. I had kind of did it a little minute ago, but I had sat on it for a while because I when I did it, I felt like it was ahead of what the climate was,
Yeah.
and I was moving a different kind of way at that time. And then when I really revisited, I was like, okay, it's a good time to put it out, and I put it out, and so far it's been responded well in the clubs,
Yeah.
radio,
Yeah, I've been hearing. That's how I
streaming.
heard. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, like literally, it was a viral little video that I saw, and that's I popped up and I was like, oh shit, some new music. That's what's
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
it wasn't even from your page. Somebody posted it, so I was like, that's dope, man. It made me so excited.
yeah,
You did that interview with Sirius just recently, and you mentioned they were talking about when Ice Cream Paint Job came out, and it's been several years now, and so to see that transition from when you first started music to
mm,
now where you're at, it's incredible, that journey that you've had. You've literally, like, you transition in a period that, like, is so different from the people that are coming up now.
oh
We were
yeah,
just kind of talking about it.
yeah,
Shit, a lot of these kids are coming up in a streaming era, whereas like where you came up, I mean, people were still making mixtapes, people were still being physical in
oh
the
yeah,
studios, in the clubs, out in the streets. You know what I mean? It's like, especially in Texas, you got that fucking pop trunk culture. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like, people selling shit out the back of the car.
Nah, for real.
It was a hustle. And it's like now you got kids that are like coming into the game and even into the industry, and like they're afraid to make those moves, like, and
Mm,
I'm noticing that. But like, I notice people like you and other artists as well that like still get into that physical, where they'll go somewhere to meet somebody, they'll go somewhere to do a studio time, or they'll go to a venue or to a show that most people won't, because these kids are just like, nah, I'd rather just be at home, or I'm too scared to do that, or like,
yeah.
and so, like, for you, what do you think as far as like that transition? Like, what do you feel like is one of the big things that helped you kind of push yourself to put yourself out there when that wasn't a thing? Because like nowadays, like, everybody's just on the internet. It's everything is just straight up off the internet. Whereas, like I said, when you were doing things, it wasn't that way. It was still kind of physical and still a different game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I came in, it was just as everything was transitioning. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, at least when I got to the mainstream part of it, prior to it was just straight, like you say, pop trunk culture, selling CDs,
Yeah.
going to clubs, pulling up on DJs, and that's how I came up and recording the music and moving it ourselves and going the street route basically. And then right as the mainstream started happening, I started touring and moving around. The streaming era and the internet era started to come in place.
Yeah.
So I had to adjust. I had to learn how to transition with it, and that obviously wasn't a easy process. Like most people that had to go through that transition, I would say more than 75% didn't make it through that
Yeah, they drop
transition.
they out the
Yeah, you know what
game.
I'm saying. So like it was definitely because you were accustomed to doing something and seeing something. Then the internet is nobody knew what the internet really was. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like even myself, like I went viral before the word was viral. Like
Yeah.
when MySpace was out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we didn't even know what viral was, but that was what was happening.
Yeah,
Cause
exactly.
so I mean, I just kind of, I was just always, I was 2 feet in it. You know what I'm saying? I never jumped out of it, and I never like quit, or I never like took a hiatus from a standpoint of like stepping away from it.
Yeah.
So it's like when you into it, when you in something 2 feet at a time, and you really in it, you gon' if you really made like that, you'll be able to figure it out, and that's what I did. But I ain't gonna lie, it was definitely, you know what I'm saying, tough. And now getting to this point, it's like I see it all ways. Like I know the whole spectrum. So
Like
it's
the
like
whole game.
exactly. So it's
Yeah.
like I actually apply all the methods. Like I understand how, prevalent the internet is and how important it is and
Yeah.
how beneficial it can be. But I also know that like at the end of the day, nothing really kind of matters more than what's happening in the real world. They has to translate towards each other, and
Yeah.
I learned that the no matter what, the internet is gonna always be what it is, but it don't necessarily mean that it's gonna translate over into real life in a lot of situations. It can and it does happen.
Yeah.
And but one thing I know is when you make stuff happen in the real world, it's definitely gonna translate over to the internet.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Automatically. So I just apply all of it, everything I know from the pop trunk era, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm pulling up on people now. Like
Yeah.
I drop new music, I actually go to cities, pull up on DJs, still hit. 'Cause you know what I'm saying? I still do that.
Yeah.
But then, you know what I'm saying, I do stuff on the internet too. I come, we drop reels and we do different things, to have an internet presence. You feel
Yeah.
me? So I
Yeah.
understand the importance of both and or all of it, I try and apply all of it. You
Yeah.
know?
No, it's a beautiful thing, man. That's one of the things, like I said, like respect, because like even in Dallas, man, like we're doing business. Like for someone to open a business, like it's very hard to come into this city, start something, and it to last 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
So even like in music, for a career to last as extensive as it's been, like you've been in the game for a long time. You know what I mean? And it's like you came from an era that like legitimately like you had to be cutthroat. You had to have it. Like if you didn't have the dog in you, you weren't gonna make it.
Oh, for sure.
And like it's funny because I see so many artists now, and it's like they really do. They get into these situations where like they're in moments of conflict with themselves because like they are an artist, but they don't understand like the culture in the world that we came from, where it was physical, where you had to go out there and physically do those things.
Yeah.
Which I personally I love that, and I
Yeah.
agree with you that like what translates from the physical does go into the like kind of more into the internet world. Whereas like you can fake it on the internet, but in the real world be broke as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
a lot of
For
people
sure.
do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And even like the other thing I was gonna say is like after COVID, things changed,
Oh yeah,
all the way
1000%.
around. And I feel like COVID really like it humbled and changed a lot of things for a lot of people in all industries, not just music, but I mean all industries. And it's cool to see even careers come out of that because like that was a time where like people really, if you had it, you were gonna be good, but if you didn't, man, like it was gonna be known. Like people would see, and you start to see artists fall off, or celebrities fall off, or this and that. But like the people that have literally laid foundation and like really put the work in, the real work, those they're still shining, and they're still in flight mode,
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like I commend you, man, because like it's always been a thing of respect. Like you coming through the shop, you coming to center, like always showing support, always been humble towards all the guys, like it was always a beautiful thing. It was very, very cool, and even for me, like I told you I wanted to talk about this story. Is like I remember the first time you walked into the shop with Nipsey, like that was a really cool moment because Nipsey wasn't who Nipsey was back then, like and I remember in that conversation you talked about that, and it's true because I remember even being in a moment where he wasn't as big as he was later, and to see that and to see him come in, hand a mixtape, and then talk about the music that y'all were doing together, and even just chop it up, that was crazy, and then now looking back and being like, wow, like that was a moment that happened in the shop from someone that like introduced the shop to somebody that like didn't even know about Dallas or our culture that's here, and there's a lot of culture in Dallas and a lot of people don't know it, but it's cool to see people that are from here still connecting with that culture and like even what's relevant, and I've always thought it was a beautiful thing that you've done that, and like I said, I commend you for that. I really do. I respect that, because like I said, man, these kids, like they don't have a lot of like I don't know, grit. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. It's like they're so afraid to try things, and they're so afraid to jump and to risk. And it's like I feel like when we were coming up, it's like, man, if you were hungry, you're gonna do whatever the fuck you had to do to eat.
Nah, you had to.
And
That was
it's
the only
like
way. You know what I'm saying?
it really was, like, it's like there was no other way. And and it's cool to see someone that comes from a culture because like technically what you got signed when you were in college, right? It was at Prairie View. You were at Prairie
Yeah,
View?
I basically coming out of
Yeah,
Prairie
see,
View,
and
yeah.
like, I mean, that's crazy. Your life, I mean, you're going into college who knows what you want, what you might have wanted to do, and then all of a sudden life just changes, and then here you are still making music, still doing your thing, and it's like it's amazing, dude. It's incredible.
Appreciate that.
No, for
Appreciate
sure, you know.
that. Yeah.
And like to me it's like if you were to like mentor, like if you had like artists that were like you know, that what's something that like you would want to like, I guess, kind of throw into their mind as far as like pushing themselves to get out there and to really try, because like there's so much talent, but like I said, it's like it's weird, man. Like people are socially awkward now, and
Yeah.
time has changed. The internet has changed everything, the way people interact with each other, you know, you name it, how people go about things. It really just has. It's changed us completely, and so what I just, what's something that like you feel like that you had to use in your journey and your path that you feel like some of these kids might not have or don't know that would be like insightful.
Man, bro, I mean, you kind of said it. Like having a grit is something you kind of you get over time, but you got to put yourself in situations. I say that anything, the most important thing that anybody could do is put themselves into uncomfortable situations, because that's how you're gonna grow. And that's like what you're speaking on when you're saying like they don't want to take risks or do certain things. They scared about that, scared to do things like that, and they gotta do that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you gotta do all the things that wherever you feel like you have some fear at or whatever, you gotta dive into that. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta build upon that. Like you can't run from that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And especially being an artist, because being an artist is bold. You get what I'm saying? Like to put your music out, to express your feelings or thoughts or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and put it out on music and put it out to the world.
Yeah.
And then you got to go wear that costume. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a bold thing itself. So if you're gonna really embody that, you gotta
Yeah.
move with that. You know what I'm saying? So and being an artist, you're not gonna start off with having everything that you going probably build upon and have later. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know that, and you gotta do that. You gotta do the work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
It's
do the
like
behind the
layers.
scenes work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it all. You feel
Yeah.
me? But the easiest to sum it up, you got to be 2 feet in it. The more you just in it and you really that and you gonna do that and you commit to that, the easier it is for you to just dive in and go for it. A lot of people don't. They be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's gonna always make it hard. And that was my advantage. Like once I decided I was gonna do this,
That was it.
I made the decision. That was just it, and I was just gonna bet on myself and
Yeah.
go from there and take my W's and L's or whatever it is. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's the decision right there. Like when you make that decision, that's when you get to the point where you should be able to accept everything that come with it.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice.
No,
Yeah.
that's beautiful, man. It really is, because it's. I mean, a lot of people they're moved by fear. A
Mm,
lot of people are afraid of some of the silliest shit. Sometimes it's just like people, what people might think, if something might be cool or not.
yeah.
But it's awesome to like talk to artists and to be around people that are creative and talented, and really just like, I guess, like teach others that like, man, I've been there. I
Yeah.
felt those feelings too. I just
Yeah.
overcame them,
Yeah.
And it's cool to see someone, like I said, like you, who has always represented this city in like such a beautiful way, whether it's with the Mavs or with the Cowboys or with your music or with the community, the radio stations. Like you really have. You've done a beautiful, beautiful thing in representing the community, but also giving back to it. And like that's why I wanted to feature you. That's why I wanted to have a conversation with you, is because you mean a lot to this city. And even me on the business side, like I have a lot of friends that respect you as well. Because everyone has their talents, has their gifts. We're all natives. Like I grew up here. This is my home. You're from Dallas. I mean, you went to Lancaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's like that's what I mean. It's like it's different when you're from here.
Yeah.
It's like it's different when you do something here, but you're from here. It's more meaningful, I feel like. And like to me, I've always just wanted to motivate people that were like me.
Yeah.
Whether it's brown or immigrant or Hispanic, whatever, or minority or from Oak Cliff. And so to motivate them to really like jump, man, because like I wasn't supposed to be where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's like, but there's always been people in my life or favor or like this ability to where like I just have pushed myself, and I see that in other people, and I want to motivate people to continue to push that in within themselves, and so that was the whole point of like me starting this podcast, is really small moments with really cool people, small moments with really interesting folks that have been there and done it, you know, and aren't just like, you know, hey, I did this, I did that, I don't know. But really, like, nah, you've been through it. You know, you've been through the struggles, through the W's, through the, you know, and like you said, it's something that you overcome and you've overcome, you know, and it's beautiful, man. I really do. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you taking this time. And, you know, I really do. I encourage everybody to, you know, check out the new music. I encourage everybody to, definitely keep an eye on you and what you got coming forward, because I know you've got new things coming. I know you're working with new artists. You know, that's something too. Like, is there something you got that you sneaking around, or what you got coming?
Man, I got a lot of music, bro. Like, I'm really finna be dropping. You know, I got so much music that I decided that I'm gonna like drop like a song a week, like every Friday.
Dope,
You know what I'm saying? Like this year. You know what I'm saying? That's how
dope.
much music I got. And just to start getting it out, you know what I'm saying? As an artist, I tell people, and I try and live by, like, no matter what you got, you should get it out. You should get that music out. Like, because a lot of artists be sitting on music for a minute, and it be for different reasons. A lot of it be because, you know, they don't want to, they'll do it and then they don't want to put it out because for whatever reasons. But what I've learned just from doing it, it's always better when you put it out. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true.
So that's what I'm doing this year. Like, I'm really for to put out a lot of the music that I've been working on.
Is
So it's a
it?
lot of that. Then I got a lot of features, man. I got like a few projects. Like, I'm trying to drop at least 2 to 3 projects this year. Two like bigger projects, and then EP. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I got so much music, and the way I'm about to be putting it out is gonna have me in a certain type of motion where it makes sense to drop a lot of music right now.
No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Are you doing any artist development at all? Like, you working with like any artists, like you developing
Yeah, I
yourself?
mean,
You ever think about that?
I'm working with all the new artists that's out here that's popping, man. Hashi Senju, one of the
Oh
new
yeah,
artists out here.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've been working. We got few records that we've done that's finna drop. Obviously, I'm on his remix. You know what I'm saying? The Out
Dope.
Swan remix, which is going crazy right now. He definitely one to look out for. King Jerome, he from like Fort Worth, Arlington. He on the country hip hop. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? He dope, man. Him got some music that's out and that's coming out. He want to look out for.
Are they independent right now? Or are they
Yeah,
not?
yes. Literally today, World Star Rap, one of them posted
Rap
like
radar.
some of his songs, like some he doing for to do with Justin Bieber or
Oh,
Post
badass.
Malone, possibly.
Yeah,
Like, so he independent, but he in that slot where
yeah.
a
He's about
month
to.
from now he
He's gonna
might be.
pop.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But now King Jerome, look out for him. And that's spelled with a C-I-N-G, Jerome. And Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy Johnson is another artist that's from out here. He from like Ennis, but we basically
Oh,
Dallas.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a record called Star Baby. He just dropped the album. Man, yeah, he got some heat. You
So a lot
feel
of
me?
Texas then.
Yeah, Texas on fire right now.
It
Like,
really
Texas on
is,
fire.
bro. It
Dallas
really
on
is.
fire.
Yeah.
Shout out Ty Harris. Look out for him.
Man, I
You know
love
what
Ty.
I'm saying?
I love
Yeah,
Ty's.
man. Ty got some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
He's
yeah.
so talented at
Yeah,
piano
yeah,
playing.
exactly.
Shit.
Like,
He Carter
I
too.
think Dallas got the wave. Well, I know Dallas got the wave right now,
Yeah, I
and
believe it.
Texas got the wave overall. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff popping in Houston too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Dallas on fire right now, and
Oh
I
yeah.
see it only getting bigger.
I tell people that all the time, man. I think Texas is gonna be like a financial hub for like the world.
Nah, facts.
Everybody's coming here, man. All the big companies, all the money's coming here. Like all my friends that are like successful, that are, you know, entrepreneurial, they're all just like, man, I was gonna leave, and I'm like, why would I do that to myself? Like, this is gonna be like a New York, but probably bigger, because there's just so much more land. There's so much more to like. It's easier to do things in Texas than it is to do it in other states. You know, when it comes to like
Nah,
legalities and stuff. But nah, man, it's dope, man. I'm stoked for it, because like I've been waiting for it. You know, being from here, it's like knowing that there's so much talent here, and that it always gets overlooked. And not even that it always gets overlooked, because it does, but it doesn't always. But it's more so just like knowing that like home is powerful, you
Yeah.
know, and it's gonna be even more powerful. And I think that's just gonna be dope, man.
Nah, facts.
Being in it back in the backyard. I mean, even when the Olympics come, all that stuff's gonna be dope. All
Yeah.
that stuff. I'm excited, man. I mean, even with the Mavs doing the new stadiums and stuff, like there's just so much cool opportunity. You know, I will say the Dallas Cowboys coach is a different pick, but whatever. That was different. I wasn't expecting
Yeah, I
that.
don't even want to talk about no cowboy talk. I don't want to talk about,
Nah,
about
but
the boys right now.
I know, man, but it is, man. It's cool seeing Dallas stand up, man. It's really cool seeing Dallas like really about to pop off and jump off, you know, and I'm excited, man. I'm definitely gonna be paying attention. You know, we always keep in touch, and I'm always looking out for stuff that you do, and I'm stoked for you. I'm proud of you. Love that you're wearing the Cooks and Castles. It's crazy. It reminds me of the old school center.
Man.
That's
Shout out
dope.
to Chris and Castles.
Yeah, man, it's old school. That's dope. It's super dope. But I appreciate you coming through, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. You guys tune in. Make sure to check him out. Check us out. We'll definitely have more episodes coming soon. More content. Be working with the team, getting that stuff out to you guys very shortly. So peace and love. See you guys soon.